All right, welcome into episode 16 of the Big Blue News Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Beesmore. And before we get into it, I know I'm not wearing any UK gear, so I'm sad about that. And then also, I know I need a haircut, so I'll be doing that this weekend for sure, getting a haircut. But let's get into the main topic. The only topic we're going to be covering is the announcement of Beau Allen transferring, and it's coming to me as a surprise as it's so late in the offseason for him or any player to announce that they are transferring because we're only about a month and a half away from the season before it begins. Really, it's only 38 days away. So the season is almost nearly a month away. So it came to me as a surprise. I know this time last year, Joey Gatewood entered the transfer portal really late. It was August 16th, but that was because it was announced finally that Will Levis would have been the starting QB and Joey Gatewood would have been the backup. And Joey Gatewood really never had a fair chance to be the starting QB because during his time here, we had Terry Wilson here. And then after that, you have Will Levis, and he transferred from Auburn to UK hoping to be the starting QB. And he never really had a chance. He only started, I think, in one game, and that was against Georgia. And I think he had fewer than 100 passing yards that game. So a little background to Joey Gatewood if y'all remember him on the team. But in my opinion, I did expect Beau Allen to eventually transfer because I did not think he would have probably been a starting QB. I think he would have been a really great backup QB during his time at UK. I thought maybe at the end of next year he would transfer, wait out for one more year, but he did not. And now Kentucky has right now on the team four QBs, one starting QB with Will Levis, and then the backup QBs is the new transfer Deuce Hogan that came in this offseason. Then you also have Todd Sharon, and then also the incoming recruit Destin Wade. So right now, Kentucky after this season will only have three QBs on the roster, and I do think Kentucky will go into the transfer portal again to try to find another starting QB. And UK, they have had great success over the years doing that. First with Steven Johnson, who finally led UK, to winning ways 7-6 in his 2 years, or 7-6 in his first season, 7-6 in his second season. He beat some great teams with Tennessee and Louisville during his time here at UK, led UK to two straight bowl games. Sadly, UK did not win either. They lost to Georgia Tech 33-18 in 2016, and then in 2017 they had a chance to beat the Northwestern Wildcats. They lost 24 to 23. They went for a 2-point conversion at the end of the game to try to win the game. Sadly, the 2-point conversion failed. But like I said, Stephen Johnson was a great success at UK. Finally led UK to above 500 wins, led UK to some bowl games as well, even though they didn't win. But it was a great starting path for UK to finally become great again. And I'm expecting Stephen Johnson to be on a podcast episode this upcoming year, so I'll keep y'all updated with that. And then our second QB transfer that we got was Terry Wilson. He led UK to a 10-3 record his first year, and he has so many great players on his team, so many great weapons. Had Lynn Bowden Jr., Benny Snell Jr. on the offensive side, and then on the defensive side, you had Josh Allen. So that year's team was so stacked, and that's one of the reasons why UK went 10-3. Obviously, Terry Wilson got injured his second year, so he never really got playing time because I think he got injured second or third game of the year, led to Sawyer Smith being our backup QB for like a couple of games. I think it was 2 games. And then after that, you had Lynn Bowden Jr., who was our starting QB, and Kentucky went 8-5 that year. Also beating Virginia Tech in the bowl game, so that was exciting. And then his third year here, his final year, Terry Wilson, he only went 5-6 that year. But I think UK didn't play the greatest his last year here just because Terry Wilson was coming off of his injury plus COVID, and then finally dealing with COVID, also having to play, SEC teams that whole year. All 10 games were SEC opponents, and then also losing one of their coaches with Coach John Schlarman. So UK went through a lot that year in 2020. Hence one of the reasons why they only went 5-6. I do think if they didn't play SEC opponents, I think they win 8 or 9 games that year. But a lot of people have mixed feelings about Terry Wilson. In my opinion, he's one of the better QBs that we've had under Mark Stoops because he was able to beat Florida, Tennessee, and Louisville during his time at UK. No other QB has done that under Mark Stoops, not yet. Will Levis has a chance, obviously, of course. This upcoming year, he beat Florida and Louisville this year. He failed to beat Tennessee. And like I said, that's the next topic I'm going to be talking about, or the next QB transfer that came in, which was Will Levis. Will Levis came in from Penn State, transfer QB. He went 10-3 his first year, had a very great year. They could have, one or two more games. I thought, yeah, they could have beat Tennessee for sure. Georgia was pretty close for most of the game. I forgot what the score was, and then obviously they lost to, who was it? Mississippi State or Texas A&M. Always get them confused just because of the coloring. So they lost to one of those two teams. I think it was Texas A&M, I believe. So UK, they did great, 10-3 that year. Like I said, beat Iowa in the Citrus Bowl. So UK did great. But I do think UK will go into the transfers again in the transfer portal to try to find their next QB. I know we have Rich Scangarello as our new offensive coordinator, so we'll see what he brings to the table this upcoming year. Last year we had Liam Cohen, so I'm excited about Rich Scangarello, what he'll be doing to our playbook, to see what he'll add to our offense, and we'll see who UK might be recruiting, next season in the transfer portal. Like I said, they could possibly, not go into the transfer portal because they did this past season to get Deuce Hogan, but we'll see. Like I said, obviously we won't know if UK will go into the transfer portal or not until the end of this year to see who's in the transfer portal. But like I said earlier, UK after this season will only have 3 QBs on their roster with Deuce Hogan, Kyle Sheeran, and Destin Wade. And I'll be interested to see what all 3 QBs can do. Who will be actually the second string QB, then the third and fourth. In my opinion, I think the second string QB is Deuce Hogan. I think that's one of the reasons why Beau Allen transferred, because he didn't know if he would have been the second string QB. He could have been the third. I doubt he was probably the fourth or fifth, but probably, like I said, Beau Allen was thinking to transfer just because he probably heard news that he might have been the third string QB this upcoming year, which would never sit good for him. During his time at UK, though, Beau Allen, he passed for a little over 130 yards, but he did not have any touchdowns while being at UK. I think, like I said, wherever he does transfer, he has a great chance to be a starting QB. So I wish him the best of luck wherever he goes. But my question of the day or night, however you want to see as, is who do you think will be the backup QB for Will Levis this upcoming year? Like I said, I think it's Deuce Hogan, who transferred to UK this offseason. But let me know who you think will be the starting QB this upcoming year for UK football. I like our chances to win 10 games. Hopefully, I'm hoping UK wins 10 games and even has a chance to, compete for the SEC championship game. They had a chance if they beat Georgia this past season, but sadly they didn't. So I'm ready to see what UK can do this year. I'm so excited for having Will Levis. Hopefully they announce soon what will happen with Chris Rodriguez. I hope we'll find out within the next 2 or 3 weeks. Definitely before the season starts, though. So I'm excited about UK football and cannot wait to see what they can do. If you want to contact me on social medias, you can. My Instagram handle is ChrisBeesmore_sports. And then for Twitter, it is CBeesmoresports. But I think that's all I have for tonight's podcast. I'll be back within the next week, and I'll see y'all soon. And go Cats.